Morning, everybody. Yesterday, we completed the, what's it called? Main story and for Rise of the Tomb Raider, which is the second game in the trilogy. But today, I'm gonna do the DLC Croft Manor. I don't actually know what it is. I think it, like, tells you lore and stuff, so let's do that. We will learn more about the Croft named Laura. Important clues can be found in the Documents and Relics viewer. Some documents and relics found throughout the manor are essential.
Final notice to Lara Croft, a current tenant of premises. This is to serve as your final notice for the purposes of terminating your ownership of Croft Manor. You are required to immediately vacate and surrender possession of said manor to Atlas de Mornay, executor of estates.
It sounds like AI is,
Lara,
like,
it is
reading that.
unfortunate that you have forced my hand in this matter, but so be it. As you know, your parents appointed me executor of the estate in the event of their absence. Since your mother disappeared, her death was never technically declared. And given the circumstances surrounding your father's death, it's no surprise that he never drafted a formal last will and testament to account for this circumstance. Unfortunately, you have no legal claims to the estate. I'm willing to negotiate a modest monthly stipend from your trust, but only if you leave the manor by week's end. Don't fight me on this, Lara. Your mother wouldn't want that. Sincerely, Atlas.
There has to be a will or some kind of evidence of what happened to Mum in the manor somewhere. Needs a combination. It's got to be in Dad's papers somewhere. Dad's safe. My birthday crown. I was so proud of that thing.
Examine to find hidden information? What?
That's my handwriting. My penmanship was pretty good.
Huh, okay. So now it's like a detective-style game.
Well, this is a hell of a thing. I met someone tonight quite unexpectedly. But it shouldn't have been, it seems. I've been so buried in my work, so distracted by my latest revelations, I never bothered to notice my surroundings. But there she was, sitting at my table in the library. Her name is Amelia. And apparently she's been studying right next to me. Art history, of all things. I shared some of my research against my better judgment, but I wanted to see how she would respond. And she did not disappoint. I felt as if I was suddenly engaged in a mental game of chess, moving and counter-moving in argument. At one point, that poor old librarian had to shush us as if we were children. I feel so foolish for not having noticed her earlier. She's a brilliant woman who's challenged my ideas for the first time in memory. In truth, I don't know if she's feeling as exhilarated as I am right now, but I dare say our conversation was mutually stimulating. For the first time in a long time, I find myself thinking about something else besides my research. I hope she returns for another round tomorrow.
My parents made a good team, challenging each other from the start. I would have liked me to go to Oxford, but I insisted on UCL.
Doctor of Archaeology.
Yep. Looks real. Roth once offered to forge me a fake diploma to show Dad.
My doctorate is literally in the closet. The, like, diploma thing. Don't even have it hanging up.
A picture with Dad and Anna. Never liked wearing dresses, but the color was nice.
Whee!
This is probably my grandfather, Benjamin.
Okay, nothing secret about Benjamin. And here, a mask.
One of Dad's Yoruba masks. A gift from a friend he met on an expedition in Nigeria.
I read Yoruba as, like, Japanese pronunciation. Assuming not.
Dad's map of the forgotten cities of northern Syria. He was closer than he knew to finding the Prophet's tomb. Dad's book about immortality myths. Might be useful in my research.
Oh, well. A little worn in. Might need a new copy.
I finally introduced Richard to the family. It went precisely how I imagined. I see but polite grace from mother, indifference and disinterest from father, and thinly veiled contempt from Atlas. Of course they don't approve. To them, Lord Croft is the man who took away their beloved daughter and ruined her long-standing engagement, though I was never going to marry that repugnant Earl of Farringdon anyway. One might think they would be happy that I was being courted by a genuine lord of the realm. It just happens to be Richard Croft. In their eyes, the man who single-handedly ruined a once great family. But there's nothing to be done now. Watching how Richard dealt with their subtle insults and disrespect. Such grace and calm. I know he did it for me. I think I'm falling in love with this man. It will break my mother's heart, but I cannot live the life she imagined for me. My time with Richard has only made this clearer.
Must
Okay.
have been hard for Mum to go against her family's wishes. I'm glad she did.
Yeah, you wouldn't exist.
The door to the library.
The Librarby.
Locked. There's got to be another way through.
Instant transmission, perhaps.
This is the map I made for my first expedition with Dad. It shows a path to the library through the servants' passages.
Okay, so hint.
Wait, I can get to the library through the old servants' corridor. Dad's artifacts from the Nile Valley. I always loved looking at these.
Is that for playing paddleball? If you're the
Dad
Pope?
became interested in immortality myths after his expeditions to Egypt.
Open.
Too dark.
Find a
I need
flashlight.
a flashlight.
How about a cell phone? Oh, this was 10 years ago.
Hi, Dad.
Maybe they didn't
I've
have
been
flashlights
thinking
on
about
cell
Mum
phones back
lately.
then, I forget.
I wish I knew more about her. How did you meet? What was she like? Winston told me that she was a brilliant artist. Are some of her paintings locked up in the West Wing? And I guess I just want to know, did she love me, Dad? Did she ever say that she did? Maybe I'm just being silly, but will you tell me more about her the next time I'm home from school?
No. Denied. Flashlight? Survey says no. Let's write a letter.
Lara, I've reviewed the report from your therapist. I have to say I was surprised to see a clean bill of health. I somehow doubt you've so easily abandoned your irrational claims. Indeed, where have you been the past few weeks? My secretary discovered that you booked a flight to Turkey on the 20th. You can't have been simply sightseeing, as your customs claims suggest. I know you're up to something, and I'll be damned if I let you use the Croft assets to indulge the same obsession that led to my sister's death. It's not too late to relinquish your claims on the manor voluntarily. If you refuse, I will find a way to cut you off. Sincerely.
Sincerely. Mm-hmm. Clearly. Can I wear that, please?
Well, hello there, Sir Lancelot. Don't worry, I won't be boring your sword this time.
We are the knights who say neat.
The Grand Hall. Always loved playing in here as a kid. This will be one of the first things to fix.
Yeah, it needs some renovation. This is, you know, open floor concept, but this is more like open ceiling concept. Not really great for rain, as we're finding out. Is there a flashlight in here?
A phoenix figurine. I bet this appealed to Dad's idea of immortality, of rising from the ashes and being born anew.
Respawning. What's that?
This belongs to Anna. Most of her belongings are in the guest house. What was she doing in here?
Stop smoking.
Someone has a sense of humor.
That's funny. Seriously though. Bad habit. Missing gear. No, that requires the master key. Hopefully it muted that sneeze.
Lara, you know the West Wing is off limits.
I'm sorry.
What the?
I just wanted to see.
We've been through this.
Was Mum's room in here?
Look, just need a key to open this.
Okay, we need a key, we need a flashlight, we need to get in the
always so
larbarbai, we
protective of
need to
the
be able to get in the
West
safe. There's so many things to do.
What are you doing sitting there on the floor, Mistress Lara?
The offer came in the post last week, and I still haven't told Richard. He flew ahead to Tibet, where I will meet him shortly. I never told him I was submitting my work. Never thought there was a chance of being accepted. Oh, but a gallery tour is not something I can pass up. The show will take me away from England for over a year. I'll begin in New York and travel across the United States and... oh, God! I'm giddy even writing these words. When Richard and I were married, I was prepared to relegate my painting to a hobby. But it was Richard who objected, who gave me my atelier and studio. Without that
Atelier,
support,
what is
I
that?
might still be painting boring landscapes. Now I can't shake the foolish sensation that leaving would be a betrayal. He will laugh at that and insist I accept, even though I know it will break his heart to be apart. He never once asked me to sacrifice any part of my life for his. I have, of course, in 1,000 small ways over the years, but he would never ask. The discussion can wait, and I will join him in Tibet. I won't cast a shadow over his find. I will be by his side in his triumph, as I know he will stand by my side, in time.
Okay, so according to AI, atelier is a French term referring to a workshop or studio, especially one used by an artist, designer, or artisan. So the fact says, who gave me my atelier and studio, is like, gave me studio and studio.
Looking at the compass, thinking.
What about, if I may inquire?
Just thinking about
You
discovering
may not,
faraway
actually.
places. About finding adventure.
I'm sure you will, my lady. You've the soul of an explorer. But don't grow up too fast.
Okay, Peter Pan.
Lara, since your return from your expedition to Yamatai, I've grown increasingly alarmed at your erratic behavior. I can only assume you suffered some kind of psychological trauma and are only acting out as a call for help. I want you to know that I hear you, loud and clear. Anna and I agree that it's time for you to be evaluated by a professional. I took the liberty of arranging an introduction to a highly qualified colleague of mine. You should be receiving the details in the post soon. I want to impress upon you the importance of this, Lara. As executor of the estate, it is my duty to see that it is left in capable hands. And if I may be blunt, you're acting like your father when he was at his worst. He nearly lost the manor himself in those days. I'd hate for you to repeat his mistakes. I encourage you to embrace the help I'm offering.
So
Sincerely,
you,
your uncle.
Atlas, my uncle, are just trying to get all the money for yourself, eh?
Another one of Dad's immortality artifacts. I think.
Do. I need the master key. Yes. What about the other side?
Not sure. I really need to brush up on my answers.
Do. Let's go this way. Did I miss anything? This. Flashlight?
Got to remember to pack this for my next trip.
What kind of a weird flashlight is that? It's supposed to be mounted? Is that for like a helmet?
Should be able to explore the dark now.
Sweet.
Hey, Jonah. Sorry for not getting back to you
Pronounced
sooner.
Jared.
I've decided to do some research at the manor. A lot has happened, and I need some time to think about what I want to do next. This old place is filled with memories and secrets. Uncle Atlas has tried to keep me out of here for so long, I don't even know if I want to keep it. But after everything that's happened, maybe I can find out what it still means to me. If it's worth fighting him for, I'll let you know how things worked out when I'm back in London.
Why does that sound like AI? It's really weird voice. The DLC like sounds like they just took like the voice actress for Laura and then just like kind of fed it into an AI and was like, here you go, here's the script. That or she's like, I'm not getting paid enough to like really do justice to this voice part. It just sounds very different. A horror game.
Amelia, the news has reached Mother.
Mother.
She knows that you broke off your engagement with the Earl of Farringdon. She is beside herself with worry. But, for the moment, she's controlling the narrative. As far as anyone knows, you're just having innocent second thoughts. But the moment your affair with Lord Croft goes public, it will be too late. Our name will be as ruined as this man you've chosen to bed. Don't you see that you're being selfish, Amelia? Please, consider your family. You're a de Mornay. Everything you do has a greater effect on us all. I'm coming down to London soon. Don't do anything rash until we have a chance to talk.
Maybe it's just the juxtaposition, like the overacting and like that stuff, to like her just like underselling it. Maybe that's why it stands out so much.
Falling apart. Maybe I should just let my uncle have this place.
They say a good test of a relationship is how well you travel together. Well, I'd say Amelia and I have passed that test with flying colors.
Congratulations.
Indeed, these last few months in Egypt have been nothing short of extraordinary.
Hi, Laura, welcome.
She and Roth get on
Welcome
like
back.
old uni chums. In fact, the two have spent more than a few nights drinking and playing cards into the wee hours. Despite her decidedly proper upbringing,
I
Amelia's
appreciate it.
taken to roughing it more than I ever have. She fits in and connects with the local populace with such amazing empathy. Because of her, I've had a bit of an unexpected breakthrough in my research. She managed to convince an artifact dealer in Old Town to sell me a magnificent and quite unusual Tibetan scroll. From what I can tell, it seems to contain details surrounding an immortality ritual of some sort. I think it's time for me to take the next step with Amelia.
Oh,
In fact, I don't think I can wait any
they're
longer.
gonna go steady.
I will ask for her hand tomorrow, in the bright Egyptian sun, amidst the dust and ruins.
Wow, it's gonna chop off her hand. I would assume she's gonna say no.
I'm not surprised he asked her to marry him as soon as he got the idea.
Okay, I'm assuming this is locked. Yeah. You need to tell me something? You just did. Congratulations. This feels like we're playing like Resident Evil. Another letter.
Amelia, I know we have had our differences in recent years. I've tried my best to keep an open mind about your relationship with Richard, but I just can't let you go on this ill-conceived expedition without saying
His voice changed.
You say Richard's
Right?
theories have merit. You say that he may have actually stumbled upon some mythic, unknown truth, but I have seen nothing to support such claims. And while your word may have been enough in times past, I cannot let you squander away what remains of your name and reputation, and that of our family, truth be told, on some damned foolish crusade. I intend to go to Richard's investors and let them know exactly how he's spending their money, but I want to give you a chance to put a stop to this yourself. Please, don't go to Tibet. If not for me, at least for Lara.
I swear the voice actor changed. Maybe I'm not paying attention.
Still just as creepy as I remember.
Okay, but first, is there anything here? Yeah.
My lord, I hope this missive finds you on a successful expedition and
Who's
in
Winston?
good health. Before I bore you with estate affairs, I wanted to let you know that our little angel has been into some mischief. As always, I indulged her in our usual game of chess. Over the course of the game, she broached the subject of her mother. She's having trouble remembering her now, and wanted to enter her ladyship's atelier, which you sealed off, to play on her mother's piano. It enraged her when she wasn't allowed to go in, of course. For someone so young, she has such strong emotions. Later in the day, she set a trap for me in the walk-in freezer, of all places. And before I knew what was happening, I found myself locked inside. Mrs.
Turned him into a
Sheffield
popsicle.
discovered me an hour later, shivering and somewhat peeved. It took us an additional hour to find Lara in the grounds. I know all her hiding places, of course, but this time she really did not want to be found. Call it years of observation, but I can tell when she's out of sorts. My lord, if I may be so bold, she misses you fiercely. She is lonely for her father. Please consider a call as soon as you are able.
Poor Winston. I remember being so angry. He was always so patient with me.
King to Queen 1. I'm going to win this time, Winston.
Clever girl. But you should know by now, winning isn't everything. Queen to King's Bishop 6. Check.
Easy for you to say. You always win. Knight takes queen.
What I mean to say is try to enjoy the journey, Lara. Don't rush to victory. Bishop to King 7.
I know, Winston. I just want... Oh no! I didn't even see that!
You should also know by now, I'm not to be trifled with on this board, young lady. Mate.
Oh, I am going to win. Someday.
Does she, though?
I would play chess with our old butler Winston on this board. Never could beat him. I always chose white. Maybe if I let him go first once in a while, I might have won.
Oh, we can't open it. Maybe not. And this object requires a crowbar. Well, where's the crowbar? Ooh.
I'm at a crossroads now. Good lord, that's such a cliche. But there's truth in it. Two roads before me. Both present joy and compromise. A life with Richard, adventure, intellectual pursuit, perhaps a new family. But also a man obsessed with something I cannot understand. Or a life of obligation, upholding the de Mornay name, embracing our traditions, not losing the family that raised me. Oh, this really is a rubbish choice. I don't want to lose them, but I love the life I've started to build with Richard. He comes with his own difficulties, but I can accept them. Will it be enough?
They're getting along great. Can I shrink into a mouse size and go in that hole? No? Can you all fetch something for me, maybe? Like a crowbar or two?
Everything is almost ready for Mistress Lara's birthday expedition surprise. It's been a bit of an all-hands-on-deck effort organizing the affair and keeping it secret. She's obsessed with Egypt, memorizing hieroglyphs and ancient Egyptian districts, so she'll be delighted with what Lord Croft has come up with. This will be good for her. She's been acting up of late, but I know she's just craving more of her father's attention. He's been so buried in his research. It'll be a nice moment for the two of them to reconnect. and I do believe he needs it as much as she does.
Come here. Back here. Oh. Another cart. Oh boy. And here I was worried there would not be enough carts for me to pull in this game. But the DLC is over-delivering.
Dad loved a good bottle of wine. I can still smell his favorite Bordeaux.
That's a wine bottle? What? I don't drink, so it's weird looking.
Dad, this is it! The basement of despair.
The ghost
Indeed,
of Lara.
Muster your courage.
Is that a
This
Anubis?
is the only path to the Library of Infinite Knowledge.
Look there, see the string?
An ancient Egyptian tripwire. The keepers of knowledge want none to disturb their treasures. We must tread carefully.
Let me lead. I know how to spot all the traps.
I'm sure you do, my darling. Lead on.
What's over here? Nothing. What's over here? A trap. Can I pick it up?
One of the wire traps Winston made for my birthday expedition. Winston used my hair ribbons to make this. He and Dad put a lot of work into this birthday surprise.
And it still hasn't caught anything. Gonna drop it. That's funny.
My stuffed bear. I couldn't have a tomb without a mummy.
That's funny. Okay, and then this just goes back. We must venture forth. Don't get caught. I was kind of hoping it'd
Water
fall on her.
damage from the main hall above.
Yeah, let him take the mansion. It's all yours, buddy. Enjoy the reno process. Might take a few days to clean up. Did we make it to the Library?
This bust of Anubis was from Dad's Egyptian collection. He must have put it down in the basement for our little expedition.
Okay, still need a crowbar, so I'm assuming I can't open that thing right here. Yeah. Wah, wah.
Plans for adding electricity to the manor. Dad used to say his granny hated all the bright lights. There's a missing page.
Amelia left tonight. She packed her suitcase and walked right out of here, and I didn't even notice. Like those days in the Oxford Library before we even met. I just had my nose in a book, lost in my own world. I am such a fool. I have let my obsession with this damned ritual of long life rule my better judgment for far too long, and it may already be too late. How could I have not seen this coming? I've made this mistake over and over, always putting my research before my personal life. But it's never hurt like this before. I simply cannot live without her. If I have to give up this accursed quest that has plagued me for so long, then so be it. I am going after her, right now, tonight.
Do it. Anything else? Are we in the library?
Okay, Dad's ledger has to be in here somewhere. Hopefully it has the combination to the safe.
I've created a clever little map for Lara's birthday expedition. I used the invisible ink Amelia picked up for me in Morocco so many years ago. At the time, I remember being so annoyed by that rather aggressive street vendor, but she just smiled in her sunny way and paid him without a second thought. I assumed it was just a tourist scam, but it actually works. Turns out it requires a very specific kind of vellum and a heat source to illuminate the ink after it's dried. It should prove a nice challenge for Lara to puzzle out.
Sweet. We need to find some kind of a piece of paper that's got the code written on it, right? Okay, there's even an upstairs. Yikes. Place is huge. Okay, won't go up yet.
One of Winston's notes. He always hid sweets for me to find. I remember this now. Each district in ancient Egypt had a symbol and a number. I always preferred these symbols to the actual number hieroglyphs.
I wonder if we're going to use that for a code.
Let me see. These two myths are referencing the same source material. But where did I see this image?
Dad, I think it's this one.
That's
in
funny.
the chapter on Egyptian districts.
My parents had a lamp like that.
You're right.
I remember the page with the illustration of Ra.
My goodness, you've been paying attention, haven't you? This could be an important breakthrough.
Does this mean I'm your research assistant?
That and more, my darling girl.
Takes me back.
You're
Those
also
were
the house
good
cleaner.
times. The best times.
I've reached the monastery. As Roth predicted, it was hidden deep in the Himalayas. And now that I'm standing on these high stone walls, I am overwhelmed by the sheer beauty of the mountains that surround me. It is simply breathtaking. But what adds to their spiritual majesty is the truth of this place. The monks welcomed me, as is their way, but they seemed to expect me. They must have known someone like me would eventually come seeking answers. I know this is the place. They've conducted the ritual before. I have seen the evidence, the distinctive symbols carved into the floors, the art displayed on the inner chamber's walls. They've created the elixir before, and they will again if I can convince them. I sent Amelia a message straight away. I want her by my side for this discovery.
Dad was looking for an elixir. Was it the elixir of life?
For God's sake, memorize the combination, you fool. Lara's expedition treasure, my favorite painting by Amelia, the day of our wedding anniversary.
Okay, so I'm going to take a picture of this because I'm going to need to know this information, I'm assuming.
Okay, got to find those objects to figure out the combination to the safe. There's something else here. This is
dinosaur.
my handiwork. I used to love drawing pictures of tigers.
It's Hobbs. Adorable.
Spent so many hours in here, reading, dreaming of my own adventures.
Huh. If I can move that. I'll worry about the upstairs later.
I always accepted that Richard's rather unorthodox research was just something I had to live with. But this time, the thrill of discovery has taken hold of me.
Why would she
I
write
never
but
imagined
twice?
I could be drawn in this way.
She's not
Richard cabled
speaking.
to
This
tell me
is
he's found
a
the
written
monastery.
journal.
The symbol we deciphered in the scroll was the key to its location. I don't know if I honestly believe that this will lead to the fabled elixir of life, but I
Elixir.
can't help but feel that a great secret awaits
Good morning,
us there.
Glim. How you
My
doing?
brother was threatening to shut down the expedition, but I managed to talk him down for the time being. Now I am going to meet Richard. I would bring Lara if I could, but she's still too young. She'll be in good hands with Winston, and when we return, her parents might just be a bit more famous.
Oh boy. Okay. We need to find those three things.
This music is familiar. It's beautiful.
Yeah, let's turn it off. Okay, so we need to find Laura's expedition treasure, My favorite painting by Amelia and the day of our wedding anniversary.
It appears Sir Reginald's helmet fell off. Or didn't I put it back properly?
Wah, wah. Okay, upstairs.
Took quite a tumble off of this old thing when I was a girl. Still feel it in the shoulder from time to time.
That would hurt. Fell off of a bunk bed in a, like one of those like RV camper things. We had like neighbors across the street when I was like really young who had them. And it was like in the little sleeper that's like right above the where the driver sits. Just like fell off of it and woke up on the table. Like, oops. Oh, pull this back and then I move that back. Okay, that makes sense. Don't fall. And now we go back. Man, this place is like bigger than a house.
Blank, except for the image of a key.
Uh-huh. So we need to put it under some light.
I remember this map now. It leads to the master key, but we made it with a special kind of invisible ink. It could only be seen with the heat of a fire. I think I stashed one of Winston's master keys in here when I was a kid.
Okay. So there's one more upstairs area. Okay, so we gotta go this way. Up there? No? What?
This was always one of my favorite books in this library. I used to trace hieroglyphs.
Okay, so where do I find a light source?
Dad's lighter.
There
I
we
don't
go.
remember him ever using it though.
New gear acquired.
Okay, should be able to light the fireplace now.
Even with all of
should
her
help me
survival
read the
instincts,
map.
she couldn't have, like, made a fire with, like, a book and a candlestick or something.
I can see the map. Looks like the key is hidden under a trunk near the bookcase. X marks the spot, as they say.
I was expecting it to slide open, not for her to push the whole thing. Okay. It was like, are you gonna slide it over?
The master key. This should get me into the west.
Alright.
Alright. This should open most rooms in the manor, including the forbidden west wing.
Do we have a map? Yeah. What's in here? Survey says...
Pharaoh's crown from my birthday treasure hunt.
It's funny.
How old was I again? 6? 8? I think this hieroglyph corresponds to a number, but which one?
Okay, so 2 birds facing left. How do I... where's the thingy?
This is my handiwork. Dad
I
became...
wish it just like gave you a preview. Like I'm having to go through and remember what it was called. What?
Dad's...
Not that. You know what? Let's go back. Here. Do 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 do. Good morning, Don. How you doing today? Okay, so we went through there, yeah. We went through there, yeah. We go through here, yeah. Not that. This one, right? Okay, we're waiting. We're waiting. You just got home from a tour? Nice. How was it? Was it good? What? Okay, 2 birds. So number 5. So that's what that one is, right? Okay. Good, good, good. We figured it out. So number 5 is one of them. Rock and roll tour? Nice. Very cool.
Okay, Dad's
What was your favorite
clues
part?
mention Mum's paintings and their anniversary. Hopefully I can find some answers in the West Wing.
Oh, but wait. I want to explore down here. Wait. There's another door. Whoa. I didn't know she could do that. Secret ability unlocked. Wow, this is a whole nother area. A whole new world, one might say. Is there something I'm missing here? Was Creed? Nice. That's fun.
Mistress Lara, I took the liberty of preparing a tray, as dinner did not go according to plans. I've included, in addition to your meal, a few treats. I would appreciate it if you kept this between us, but I felt tonight called for something special. If you will forgive me the indulgence, your rapid exit from the dinner table had me concerned, and I wanted to impart something that I hope sets your mind at ease. I have known your father for quite some time. There is an intensity to his passion that can be frightening, but I recognize that same passion in you. You're more like him than you know. Never doubt that he loves you more than his research, more than his artifacts, more than anything in this world. Storms pass, and tomorrow will be clear and blue again. When you have finished, please leave the tray outside. Be well.
Okay, Winston.
Yours, Winston.
You played in Kentucky? Nice. I don't think I've actually been to Kentucky. I've been to a lot of like different states for like drum corps tour or for like presenting like at conferences and stuff, but I don't think I've been to Kentucky. Now I'm thinking about it. Morgantown? Wait, is this? Oh no, this is a new area. No, I've been here. Okay. This is just a shortcut. Got it. Alright, now I need to open up the box, which was this way. And you've got... what?
The Croft family crest.
You love touring? I used to like touring or presenting, like it was fun, and then like for the presenting side of things, like at conferences, eventually I was like, I'd rather just stay home with my wife and dogs. Just kind of preferred that. But yeah, it can be exciting to get out and whatnot. Explore the world. Can't go through that? Alright, fine. Fine, be that way, Laura. Okay, do I go through here now? This This is like The Last of Us. It's very run down. What's in here?
With Amelia gone, the manor is a different place. A dimness pervades, a quiet I can't stand. Even though Lara is too young to understand what has happened, she also senses the change. She's asked after her mother only once, and I'm afraid my reaction must have terrified her. I will need Winston more than ever these next few months to help look after her. I never quite realized how much grief can consume a man, but I am utterly consumed. I know I can't escape the pain, but I will try my damnedest to avoid it. I will seal the West Wing for as long as I live in this place. It will remain exactly as Amelia left it. Perhaps someday Lara can find her own answers there.
Yeah, that'd be rough. Can't imagine losing my wife. Have to check the lost and found. Search the master bedroom for the remaining combination.
I believe it took this trip to push me over the edge. I've been able to see Richard in his element, seeing him at his best and his worst. I've experienced the purity and chaos of his passion, and I came to realize I want his passion in my life every day. So it's done. Richard wanted to wait another 4 days until my birthday, but I wouldn't have it. Once I make a decision, I prefer to get on with it. So we found a small chapel in Luxor that was just right. And with Roth and the others at our side, we married as the sun set over this remarkable land. Mother will never forgive me. Atlas will forever resent me. But I don't care anymore. I'm free of de Mornay obligations. Free to pursue my own passions and live my life surrounded by those who will encourage and challenge me. I'm excited for the future, whatever it may bring. Tomorrow, Richard and I return home to London as the Crofts, forging our path together.
Okay, so combination is 4 days before her birthday, so that's the wedding date. And her birthday is... when?
Amelia would not have approved. That alone should have been the end of it. But I am, as God made me, a stubborn fool. I locked all the West Wing's doors, and I shall not open them again until either my life or my obstinacy comes to an end. The night before, Roth told me I would someday change my mind. Like a broken arm cast in plaster, he said. The wound would heal, and we would someday shed the bandages to be whole again. The metaphor made me furious. The clumsy way he cast our loss off as nothing more than an inconvenience. There is wisdom in his rough words, but I've done what I must. Perhaps one day, Lara will throw back the doors to let the sun shine in again.
He said one day, not someday.
She will find her own sense of peace in this place.
The transcription was
At
off.
least that old thing still works.
Another one. Man, this guy loved writing letters and leaving audio recordings.
Amelia is with child. It is amazing how everything in life can change with such a simple event. Obviously, we don't know the gender, but already we've discussed possible names. Perhaps Benjamin, after my grandfather, or maybe Griffin. He was more infamous a Croft than even me. No, Amelia wouldn't have it. Besides, she's certain it's a girl. She favors a classic such as Scarlet or Kate, though I've made some headway with Lara. A subtle nod to the sun god Ra, and our days in Egypt, where certainly this child was conceived. I find myself thinking about this new life we've created, of how much she might be like us. For all my research into myths of immortality, I may have ignored the most obvious answer to the questions that plague me. We live on through our progeny, our genes, DNA, experiences passed through the generations. Perhaps this is the simple truth of eternal life, and I've just been too stubborn to accept it.
That's an interesting point about slowing it down a bunch. Yeah, transcriptions are
I may have
hard,
discovered the secret to immortality without even knowing it.
especially like
Mum's wedding ring. I always wondered what happened
melodic
to
and
it.
harmonic transcriptions. I just can't.
The inscription.
My brain doesn't do it.
faded.
Okay, so this may have had. No, it says what? Truly yours? Something? Okay, I thought maybe it had the wedding date. Nope. That's definitely a skill that I wish like more music educators like taught in their classes. There's so much like performance based. It's not like what if we had students like even just audio production and recording and whatnot. Like that's a whole nother area that people could get into. But what about like music journalism or like music transcription or composition? Like there's so many cool things that could be done in music classes, but we just focus so much on the making the sound rather than doing other things.
I remember this. Dad gave it to Mum on her birthday.
Okay, so that says October 13th.
Mum's birthday.
So the 9th when they got married?
Pretty sure my parents were married in October. I think it was close to her birthday. Mum, on her wedding day, she looks so beautiful.
What do I need to find? Oh,
There's
October.
a date. October something. Damn, the number is faded.
We've already figured it out, Laura. Come
The
on,
anniversary was in October.
think about the
Which
clues.
day? I can't believe I don't know this. There's got to be another clue somewhere.
She said 4 days before her birthday.
My
Come on.
mother's perfume. The smell. So familiar. I can almost remember. This is Dad. I suppose it's a family tradition, but I can't imagine.
He looks
having
evil
one
at
of
that
these made
angle.
of me.
Asleep? Evil.
After everything Atlas
I think this was Dad's pocket watch. Looks like it stopped precisely at midnight.
done, how could you
Coincidence.
tell him about the expedition?
It's just all been too much. I needed to talk to someone.
Oh, the
He's
low
still my
interior
brother.
flams? Yeah.
Don't trust him.
You don't have to, Richard.
I mean, maybe they are,
Please,
but
trust
odds are they're
me.
alternating
I'm sorry,
lower
my dear,
flams.
but I know him. He'll take
Keeping
it
it
to the papers.
nice
The
and low.
investors will pull out.
Then go. Without me. Tonight. I will take care of Atlas. And then meet you in Tibet next week.
I was so young, but I still remember that terrible argument. It wasn't always an easy road for my parents.
Okay. Finished everything in there, I think. Okay, so now I gotta go down this way. Don't worry.
Okay, Lara, keep it together.
That's
There's
definitely not a
often
ghost.
things. Mum's atelier. Dad sealed it soon after she died. Untouched for years, exactly as she left it.
That's not at all how she pronounced it in the
I
earlier
stood up to my family's criticism.
atelier.
Stood in defense of Richard and our love. But as my new life began in Croft Manor, doubt set in. How could love flourish in these cavernous halls and endless passageways? Had I made a terrible mistake? I have never been more delighted to be wrong. Richard welcomed me to the manor, my new home, with a game. It was a clue, written in jumbled words from 5 different languages, but it pointed the way forward. The next clue was a seemingly blank piece of parchment in the kitchen, where the heat of a candle revealed a message written in lemon juice. I followed each step, grinning like a child as I solved his riddles and chased the trail to its end. A white cloth stretched out on the lawn where a picnic was
That's
laid
cute.
out. We laughed and ate, and my doubt vanished with the last of the morning mist. Love can and will endure.
Oh. That actually reminds me of how I proposed. So on my home tab, so under the gaming content, under the gaming with my wife. So this one, proposing through a Minecraft mod. So in it, it shows like she gets. So this is my wife's perspective. So she gets like custom ore, and then it says like achievement. So I modded the game and I put in these like custom achievements that she could do, like crafting specific armor. Her favorite number is 7. So everything she crafted gave her 7, and purple's her favorite color. But like put our dogs in the game, like I think she sees one of them here, and then when you give them stuff, then like you get an achievement for like petting them. Where are they at? There's Madam. So we called her Madam Moo. But as like she goes through it and then like goes into the house that we were in at the time, she's exploring the house and then goes up into the attic, and each one of the achievements that she has had like a different letter. And so each one of the letters, when you like arrange it, then it says Circle of Hearts. And so then when she crafted with like the custom heart that I like coded into the game, when you craft a circle with it, then it made this box. And then it says level up for the achievement. And so in real life, then I pulled out the box that looked like that, and like there's her wedding ring. And then that's what mine looked at the time, until it got lost in the river. And so now I have like another one that's also got the hearts in it. But yeah, that little like quest thing that he sent her on reminds me of that. You may watch a clip about it. Yeah, I think there's like a Fortnite video where I talked about that. Somebody was asking about Minecraft.
I don't have any memory of this. I wish I could remember doing this. Mum died too young. Mum with me as a baby. I've never seen this. Hard to believe I was ever...
You lived here. You did this house so big you haven't even seen everything?
Which
Wow.
one was Dad's favorite?
The painting of himself.
I returned home this afternoon to collect the last of my paintings. I suppose I should say I returned to my family's home. Atlas was there, in one of his foul moods, and even as he dripped venom for Richard with his cruel barbs, I could only laugh. To think that I once listened to my bitter brother in matters of my own happiness. My dismissal only served to infuriate him more. I left him there in Father's study, muttering to himself. On the drive back, as Winston took a longer route through the country, I looked through my paintings, Richard's favourite one among them, a simple abstract with blocks of red. I smiled, thinking about giving it to him. I was happy, and I was going home.
Yeah, honestly, the way you're describing it, that makes me think of like opening up like Christmas presents, shopping sprees.
Okay, back to the study to open that safe.
I do need to like memorize some of the sprees that are on there, like RCC's Mori spree. I like warmed up with that, but I don't have it memorized.
Let me show you.
2000 spree I don't have memorized.
Well done, Lara. Well done.
I wonder how my life
That's
would
funny.
have been different had she lived.
Yeah, I'm so Tuesday is when I should be able to start like actually writing out the shopping sprees. Maybe Monday night if I get through all the stuff that I want to get through. But yeah, I look forward to putting more up so that way more people can play it. But I hope they also focus on the technique stuff because that's also important. Even though the sprees are fun.
A show in London of Mum's work. What I wouldn't give to see this today. It says here, Emilia Croft plans to show her work in New York. I wonder what happened with that.
Lara arrived tonight, though not without a bit of drama, but all is well. She's a healthy, beautiful baby. I've never seen Richard so happy. I'm sure he'll be celebrating with his favourite whiskey tonight. It's calm and peaceful now. Just the gentle sound of the rain and the small, sleeping breaths of this new life I hold in my arms. Lara Croft, my darling daughter. It's hard to put into words this feeling I have. We share a connection, something I never expected. A love so powerful and pure. Someday you'll feel it too. No matter where you go or where you find your place in this world, we will always have this connection.
That's sad. Fancy laminated sheets. Yeah, it's like trying to like collect the rare Pokemon cards. There's too many shopping spree scalpers out there that are you know, just stealing them all, making it so we have to purchase all the shopping sprees
Mum's work
on the black market.
My lord, we all hope your work was well received at the conference and look forward to your return. As is so often the case with these missives, I wanted to call your attention to an incident involving our little angel. It seems that Lara has been the subject of some ridicule amongst the other girls at school. From what I can gather, some of the other young ladies were teasing her for being too much of a tomboy. You know how Lara can get when pushed into a corner. Let's just say they won't be bothering her again. But I do think their words have had an effect. I believe Lara has been missing her mother lately. She's begun to worry that she isn't like the other girls. And having grown up with only a father, it shouldn't come as a surprise that she has trouble relating to them. I wonder if this new friend of yours, Anna, is it? Perhaps she might prove a welcome influence. It might be worth bringing her to the manor to meet Lara. In any case, I'll let you decide the proper time to do that. Please travel home safely. Yours, Winston.
So a missive is a letter, especially a long or official one. Learning all kinds of words from this DLC. I'm not a languager. Okay, so we have the code, right? Maybe? Would you like some of these shopping sprees, or how about some of these? I'm also doing a nice buy one get one deal on roll exercises.
Dad, what do you keep in there?
Nothing too important, Lara. Estate business and such.
Billions of
If
dollars.
it's not important, then why bother putting it in a safe?
I should know better than to try and pull one over on you.
Okay, I'm
There is
guessing
something important in here, and it's for you, should you need it someday.
something
Let's
sentimental.
hope you came through for me,
A
Dad.
memory. Oh no, it wants me to memorize it? Oh no, what was the painting code? Okay, so it was Laura's expedition treasure, my favorite painting, and then the day of the wedding anniversary. So it was 5-something-9. I don't know, was it 579?
No, that's not it.
589?
No, that didn't work. The answer has to be in the clues. That
There we go.
worked.
Process of elimination. We need 2 out of the 3.
It makes me happy to know that Dad kept this safe.
Clay imprint of Laura's hand.
No, that's not what I'm looking for.
What about this?
I am numb. It is taking all my willpower to hold back the overwhelming grief. Amelia's plane crashed in the mountains. She died alone in the snow, waiting for me to find her. Oh God, not her, not now. I cannot accept it. Life without her is too painful to imagine. I know what must be done, and I am resolved. I'm going to bring her back. Perhaps this is why I am here. Perhaps this is fate, a test of my faith in the truth I've sought for so long. Roth will fight me on this, but I can't face Lara. I can't look into her eyes unless I try. I must try to bring Amelia back. The monks are preparing the elixir now, and then we will see if all my years of hunting this truth was for naught.
Dad, what did you do?
That is interesting if they're doing a roll into their show music. So some cores would do that like as a tag. So like the very last time they'd play like an exercise like chug or something. And then at the very end, on the very last rep, they would tag just go straight into like a passage of the show that is kind of related to whatever the exercise was. So that would totally make sense. That would be interesting if it was like the transition just like right into like the downbeat of measure 1. Like we have finished our exercises and now we're going straight into it. If you want to watch lot clips, Glim, I just added this. If you go to the home tab under the tips and lessons, I added in this playlist, the Just for Fun playlist, and you can watch lot clips from finals night of August of this year, according to AI. I laughed pretty hard. Both with this stream and then like editing this video down into the excerpts in it, so you can get a preview of what the lots are going to be like. It's funny.
Dad's sequel to his first book on immortality. He never got a chance to publish it. Handwritten. This is the only copy.
Yikes, get a typewriter, guy.
Damn, this isn't it either. I was certain there had to be a will in here. Wait, what's that? A blank page.
Use your lighter.
Dad must have left this for me. It has to be important.
Use your lighter. Do I gotta go to the fireplace? Is that what the deal is? She moves so slow. Reminds me a lot of Uncharted.
A hidden message.
What? Okay, so inside of the basement area, so that's where we found the chessboard, so there. Okay. That was this way? We hope it says Madison Scouts got undefeated in every category. The cadets make a comeback, actually. That was unexpected. Where do I go? Oh, no, wait. Okay, so we... flashlight in the hallway, right? This way, and then left. Okay. Down we go. I can open that now. Where do you go? Where's... No, this is not what I'm looking for. Not at all, actually. Okay, further down. Okay, this is it. Okay, so then we go right. And it's like right here. What do I do with you? Nope, wait. Was it 549?
Nope, that's wrong. The answer has to be on the page with the invisible ink.
Okay, well... Where?
A blank page.
Are you kidding me? With the power of the internet? Alright, let's just pull up the stream. I don't see numbers. I turn it around, right? Come on. I didn't turn it around. Jared. Duh. Only kept it forward. Okay. Now I gotta go back. Unnecessarily tedious. We still need to get a crowbar. Where's that? Do they have a Phoenix theme show? Yes. The cadets rising from the ashes. That's such a shame what happened to that. Oh, this is much faster. Wait. I want to see. I want to see it.
A blank page.
Not that.
A hidden message.
Aha. Oh, okay, good.
What are these strange marks? They have to be some kind of clue.
Okay, well that's gonna be annoying. So if we angle it correctly, like that, we get like a mustache with eyes, a bird, and then something else. Okay. If we go back to here, that. Where was it? Come on, preview. You can do it. Believe in yourself. Nope. Before that. Before that. Okay, so a mustache with eyes. So that's number one. Yes. So number one. And then this is, so 2 is the last number. What is that? 4. So 142. Right? I think. Maybe. Let's go try it. I guess I didn't need the fireplace for it. Well, that's okay. We made friends along the way. 1, 4, 2. Yeah.
Damn, locked in. Did this open the secret door from the inside?
It's like,
Not trapped in here.
Was this Silent Hill?
Did Dad build all of this?
What was the
just
name of
to
that?
keep
The
his
demo?
research safe?
PE or something? I forget. Whoa. Actually, I'm gonna go get another smoothie. I'll be right back. Star of Indiana is really interesting. The history and how they turned into Blast. Super cool. Academy tried to do like some Star of Indiana type of stuff with their version of Blast. Forget what they called it. How common were one-note tap-offs between reps? I've never heard of that actually. Like in what way? Is there at least a met? Did they just do like a shot on 4 or something? Or is it just like 1 and then you just come in? Or do they read each other's minds?
It's over.
9,000.
I have done all that I could, and my Amelia is still cold and dead. Roth first scowled at my designs. Then he pleaded with me not to go through with the ritual. Not because he feared it might work, but because he feared what I might do when it failed. And it has failed. There is no doubt in that. I prepared everything according to my research. When I dropped the stone into the elixir and held it to her lips, I thought for the barest moment that it had worked. The hour was midnight and my pocket watch stopped inexplicably. There was a charge in the air like the moment before a lightning strike. For a heartbeat, I imagined that my life was being drawn from me as one empties a glass in order to be poured back into Amelia. I would have welcomed death if the last thing I saw were her eyes, clear and alive again. But the moment
As a zombie,
passed.
though.
Amelia is still dead, and I was no Orpheus. We will return to the manor and lay her to rest. I owe her that much.
They were playing 8 on a hand with no met, and they did a 1-note tap-off. In between reps. Huh. Yeah, nah, I really want to see that. That's interesting.
Brought her home. She's here, somewhere.
In, when I was, my sophomore year, when I was the pit section leader in high school, we would, like, have, we would announce what we were gonna, like, play next to the ensemble by doing, like, sneezing or coughing. So we wouldn't, like, actually say what we were gonna do. We just would be like, and then everyone knew, oh, okay, that means we're gonna play this arpeggio exercise. It's funny.
Richard, I tried to see you in person last week, but your manservant hustled me away like some common tout peddling silverware. He told me you are heartbroken and you're not yet ready to see visitors. He told me you blame yourself for your loss. Well, to that, I say you had damn well better. I hope it hurts. I hope every moment of your life from this day forward is a ringing echo of loss.
Okay.
I hope you live just long enough to
Thanks for
feel
your
that
empathy.
pain grow when you hoped it would diminish, because you earned it. You stole Amelia from us. You ruined her reputation and poisoned her mind with a fantasy for children. In the end, you might as well have choked the life from her with your own hands. Do not contact me again, ever. But you must make arrangements for the future of your daughter. Have you considered perhaps it would be better if you followed Amelia sooner rather than later? As Lara's legal guardian, perhaps I could erase some of the damage you've already done to the poor girl. If not, I will do everything in my power to see to it that the Croft name is forgotten. Lara deserves better than you. So did Amelia. And so do we all.
Okay.
Atlas.
That guy's very angry. Glim, if you're looking for a video that you have seen, if you go to your YouTube, there's the history on the left side, like up here, and you can actually search in your history. You can do that on the mobile too. So if I like go into YouTube, and then on the bottom right where it says U, it's got like the history, and if you do view all for history, there's a search bar at the very top, and you could search for like star or whichever video you're looking for. And then at least we'll filter out like which like group it was that you're thinking of.
Dad's collected knowledge. There must be so many secrets hidden in here.
Okay, well, let's read his diary. Oop.
Amazing. Even in here, Dad went out of his way to hide his findings.
Okay, he's got a rave built into his office. That's cool.
There's an inscription. This is the Croft universe. Our knowledge is to the east. Our respite to the west. Our future is to the south. Our past is to the north.
Okay, I have a feeling I'm gonna need to remember that. Let's take a picture of it.
Our past to the north. Could there be something else beneath the manor? This was part of a set of statues
That's
Dad
cool.
found in China. He thought it was linked to the Temple of Xian. Perhaps I should look into it someday.
I think it'd be fun to like make carvings, like wood carvings. Gotta, you know, not cut your hand.
The renovations are proceeding in secret. The work crew Roth hired for the job have been paid handsomely to keep the details of the job out of the records, so I'm fairly confident no word will get out about what I'm doing. I've been careless with presenting my findings, attracting all the wrong sorts of attention. Roth thinks I'm being paranoid by building this secret vault, but I know I'm being watched. My work is too important, and potentially too dangerous. It can't fall into the wrong hands. I need a secure place to keep it all safe.
Okay, so do I need a crowbar for that wall?
Might be able to use
Speaking
this to
of.
access other
Yeah. Okay. But what about the stuff that was out here? Isn't there a thing to unlock right here? Oh, okay. I forgot about that. They locked us in. That's fine. Everything's fine. Oh, that's actually helpful.
Hi, Dad. So I know I only just returned to school, but when can I come out to the dig site again? It's just so boring here. We're doing all the stuff I already read last summer. I always end up staring out the window and thinking about our expeditions, and then I'm yelled at for daydreaming. I promise I'll be good and not disturb you and just work wherever you tell me. I just miss it, Dad. And I miss you.
Alright, up we go. That's a weird way to go up the ladder. It's like she's crouching while going up it. Funny. Go on. Guess who's back? Back again. I am back. Hello, friend. Okay, crowbar. Use it on crowbar things. Like up here, right? It's such a big area, I'm like forgetting. No. Over here? No. Where's the first crowbar area? I do not see you. Not there. Not in here. Okay, so it's gotta be through this area and then across, maybe? No crowbar. Over here? I swear there's a place that had like two crowbar things right next to each other. Am I misremembering? I'm gonna jump on the piano. Was it up here? No. Where in my brain is that information stored? I could pull up the stream, but I don't even remember where it would have been. Gotta be down here, right? Wait. This?
Our knowledge is to the east, our respite to the west. Our future is to the south, our past is to the north.
Okay, well, these doors were locked. Okay, still locked. So north, so you want me to go through that tapestry? Or that? Investigate the Croft family crypt. I want to light that candelabra. That's cool looking.
Incredible.
This reminds me of
crypt
Baldur's
was
Gate.
Here all along.
I expected a sort of crushing finality to grip me when we returned to the manor to lay Amelia to rest. Indeed, once the last of my funereal duties were performed, I fully believed that I would crumple to the ground next to her and expire, not from grief, but succumbing to the terrible exhaustion of the last few weeks. Instead, as the mausoleum stones slid into place, I felt a sort of peace and energy. One that I confess caught me entirely off guard. This was not the terminus of our story, and I was a fool to think so. Her body may be gone, but her spirit still resides here, in the manor, in me, in Lara. Her soul is forever twined with mine, and death is just a momentary interruption. I walked out of that cold quiet into a sunlight that burned my eyes, and I have never been more sure. Death is not the end, and there is work yet to do.
She's not gonna give commentary on that? Yeah, this is totally like a boss fight location in Baldur's Gate 3.
My God, can it be? Dad, you did bring her home.
My dearest Lara, it is difficult to write this, knowing these may only ever be words on a page to you. I wonder if you will remember my voice.
Yeah, I hear it right now.
Will you remember the way we used to play and laugh? Will you remember me comforting you when you were sad? Know that I'm still with you, Lara. My energy, my love.
She's a ghost.
It's within you. It always will be. Use that energy to pursue your passions in life. Never let others determine your journey. You become who you are through your choices, through the love you give and the promises you keep. I hope you are happy, that you are loved and successful in whatever it is you choose to do. I am proud of you, my darling. Remember me with all my love.
Oh,
Your
what was
mother.
that song? Remember Me? Coco? Is that the movie? Pixar? I think it was Pixar. Rise of the Tomb Raider, Blood Ties. Well, that's interesting. Interesting DLC. Very different change of pace.
What's this? A letter.
Additional relics have become available in the manor.
Lara.
Lara.
I've received the notarized affidavit confirming Amelia's grave and the discovery of the burial crypt within the manor premises. While I can't fathom why your father would hide your mother's fate from her own family, I cannot deny that any legal claims I may have had on the estate are now null and void. Croft Manor and the remainder of your father's assets are now yours in perpetuity to do with as you wish. If there comes a time when you require assistance in managing the estate, I hope you will consider contacting me to retain my services. Sincerely, your uncle.
You're starting to wonder if it was logged in. It was not a fever dream. I mean, maybe it was a dream. I don't know. Maybe. There was a so the null, Null, is
I've been so focused on defying my uncle, of fighting to keep his hands off this manor, that I never realized how much this place actually means to me. But since I've been here, I can feel the presence of my mother and father. I sense the entire history of my family and the deep roots we have in this place. I want to honor my parents. I want to honor all of my ancestors. The Croft family may be all but destroyed, but I will make our name and our home great again.
So null, Null, means there's no value stored in something. So like a person did not like input something. So it doesn't just mean zero, it means like there's nothing there. There's nothing. So a person, forget where they were at, but they legally changed their name to Null, Null. And so like parking tickets, when you'd fill it out, apparently it would void it out and basically be like, oh, well, there's nobody to actually give this to. So they like could just get like parking tickets for like not like filling up the meter or whatever. And because of their name was a computer science term that meant there's no value stored here, it would just basically delete everything and like prevent it from actually like sending to that person. I just think that's hilarious. I don't know if that story is true or not, but when I read it like many years ago, I was like, okay, that's clever. I imagine it creates some issues though. Like with the apostrophe in my last name, that creates some issues where I'll be like in a system as O space Leary or O Leary with no apostrophe or no space or O apostrophe Leary or Leary and middle name O. Like it depends on entirely on the back end coding of how it interprets that particular little character. Okay, so I said that there was like new stuff here, but I don't see new artifacts, new relics. What am I missing? I see nothing. Yeah, that's weird. You'll find it again. One of these days, it'll be back. And they eventually get to giant build and they figure it out. I mean, it might. I used to, so at Arizona State, they had, oh, there we go. They had, like, at Gamage, which was like the performance auditorium, the staff would usually park right around it. And so I found that if I parked there and didn't have like a parking pass, the amount of tickets that I would get would be less than buying the parking pass. So it ended up like working out in my favor doing that. And the problem was like I wanted to buy parking passes, but there was like a wait list for it. And so I usually had to get like a parking that was on the opposite side of campus that was like a 15-minute like ride to get to where I wanted to be at. So this was like way back in the day. It was such a pain. It was just like, okay, I'm literally just trying to go to class. And the options that they have available, like I had a parking pass, but it was so far away, but it was still cheaper. That was a cheaper lot, like than the Gamage lot, to just like park around it. And then if I got tickets, I'd just go up until I'd get to the point and then go, okay, now it's more expensive than the parking pass, so I should park somewhere else. I don't know why they made it so difficult to just like park on campus. Now they have way more parking than they did back then.
Dad's Tibetan scroll. I remember he used to pore over this late into the night.
Whee! Okay, so it's just gonna have like random stuff. Is this open now? Yep. Still like a horror game. What about over here? Ah, yeah, this is what I was thinking of. Where the two crowbar things right next to each other. Totally worth it. Absolutely nothing in there. Cool. What do we get?
Lord Croft is resolved to seal the west wing of the manor. I try to talk sense into him, but he will not be swayed. And to make matters worse, I believe his experiences in Tibet have only further fueled the fire of his obsession. He's now up at all hours in his study, researching God knows what. And poor Lara, she is so confused. Too young to understand the tragedy that has befallen this great house. My dearest hope is that Lord Croft will emerge from his grief and embrace fatherhood and the love of his daughter. But I fear he may give in to his obsessive nature, that which Lady Amelia tempered in him so well. In any case, I will be a rock for young Lara. She will never sense tragedy and sorrow in me, only the love and support she deserves.
Campus parking is crazy. You know, the craziest thing, like, even that wasn't the most, like, what? But campus parking as a faculty member, for some of the places that I've taught at, you had to pay for. As a faculty member, just to park to go to work, they made you pay for it. It's like, wait. You want me to teach, right? So you want me to pay to come to work to do my job. It was absurd. And they got away with it. They also, like, depending on where you go, they'll also have, like, you have to pay for, like, using the rec center and stuff. It's like, just give that away for free. Just to the faculty members. You're already, like, underpaying them for their expertise. Just give that, like, as a, here, you can go use the workout equipment for free. Enjoy. But they would charge you for that as a faculty member. You're like, oh, okay. Thanks. Thank you so much. So there's nothing new inside of there. This is a really cool crypt, though. I want something like that. If I actually wanted, like, a tomb and whatnot, that would be sweet. I don't want that, though. Yeah. Feed me to the worms. Donate me. Let people use what they need. What is that sound? Oh, it's that. Like a heating lamp. Okay, is there something new in here? Like, so far there's been not much new. There we go.
The broken sword I brought back from Yamatai.
That's it? Oh, here's another one.
The Atlas. Such an amazing piece of craftsmanship.
Yes, it's a very large D20. Okay, what's that?
I can still remember the last time I fired these.
Alright. Is that it? That's kind of random. Is there something in the study? Or whatever it's called? Altier? Or... I forget what the French word is. Studio? What about in the bedroom? No. Hey. Last room. Still gotta renovate that part. I don't think that tree is supposed to grow through your wall. But... it's a look. Alright, nothing new in here. Cool! Survival guide. I don't think I need a guide for exploring a mansion. It is a large mansion, but... I don't think I need to worry about that. explore Croft Mat. Manner to find additional relics. Okay, or I could restart it. Or I could do the infinite challenge mode. Sweet. Alright, so we've officially finished all of the DLC and the main game for this one. So tomorrow, I'll start playing through Shadow of the Tomb Raider. So we'll do this. I loaded it up yesterday to do, just like, check out the graphics and whatnot. And the game looks great. So this game came out in 2018, but the graphics are going to look absurd. We just got it all on the right. So tomorrow we'll do that after I do some Limb Independence. I can't speak for about an hour on the drum kit. But if you want to find the first game in the series as well as like the actual story from this, on my home tab of YouTube is where like all the gaming stuff is. And when you click on this, it's got the gaming highlights. There will be a couple of those coming out soon. I'm finalizing those edits. For Alien and then for the Uncharted series, but all the prior games are in here. And if you specifically want to find the Tomb Raider ones, it's right inside of here. We've got the entire first game, the entire second game, and then starting tomorrow we'll work on the third one. But I do appreciate people stopping in. Glim, I hope you find that elusive lock clip. It does sound interesting, just having a single note in between reps, but yeah, that's not something I've seen before. That sounds cool. But anyways, I'm going to call it. I hope you all have a good day. Thanks for stopping in, and goodbye.